Hello children, how are you? Hope good. This is Shahab Khan and I'm back with my new video on my YouTube channel Urban Learning Way UL Way. My previous two videos on Scene 1 of Act 1 have been very well liked. It's your post, it's your comments on my videos that tell me how well you have been able to connect with the videos, and some of the posts, some of the comments on the previous two videos have been very appreciative, very encouraging. When I say this, I'm fully aware that the universe of my video is very small. Okay, so thanks for liking the videos, and I hope to keep churning out more such videos in the future. So today I'll try and finish scene 1 of Act 1. Okay, what we have studied in the preceding two videos, we have studied that at the beginning of the play, people are celebrating Caesar's return after defeating Pompey in the civil war. But there are two tribunes, Flavius and Murilus, who are dissuading people from doing this. Why? Because they have a disliking for Caesar, they have a resentment against Caesar, and they try to remind people of how great Pompey was and how ungrateful they have been in forgetting Pompey. Okay, so let's start the text. We'll start from line number 58. Flavius, go, good countrymen, and for all this Go, good countrymen, and for this fault assemble all the poor men of your sort. Draw them to Tiber banks and weep your tears. Into the channel till the lowest stream do kiss the most exalted shores of all, exuberant citizens. See whether their basest metals be not moved. They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. Go down that way towards the Capitol. This way will I disrobe the images, if you do find them decked with ceremonies. Marulus, may we do so? You know it is the feast of Lupercal. So Flavius here reminds the people of their ingratitude, which was a grave error on their part and about which nothing could be done now. What he tells them now is that the only thing that they can do now is to seek forgiveness. The only thing that they can do is seek forgiveness for their error, for the error. And what does he suggest? What does he ask them to do? He tells them that the common citizens here should go and collect all the people, he calls them poor men, all the poor men of their kind, and collect them and go to the river Tiber and weep until the river swells and it overflows its bank. See, again, this is an hyperbole. It's not possible that any number of people weeping into the river for any amount of time is going to make the river swell. What he is trying to do, he is trying to make the people feel remorseful. What is the aim of Flavius? Flavius is trying to make the people remorseful. Flavius is trying to make the people remorseful. Make the people remorseful. And why? Why does he want the people to be remorseful? He wants the people to be remorseful because that way the support for Caesar would be lesser. His aim is to make the support for Caesar, to reduce the support of Caesar. He does not like Caesar and he wants the support base for Caesar to reduce because he was someone who was a supporter of Pompey. So at this point, the carpenter, the cobbler, all the common men make their exit. And on their exit, Flavius tells Marulus that his words have perhaps made the desired impact. The people were tongue-tied, and why tongue-tied? Out of a sense of guilt. He tells Marulus to go and remove any decorations that have been made, any statues which have been decorated in honor of Caesar. But Murilus was skeptical of whether he should be doing this and whether he would be able to do it. Why? Because it was the festival of Lupercal. Lupercal was annual pastoral festival. Celebrated annually on 15th of February in ancient Rome. This festival was also associated with purification of soul and fertility of citizens. Not much of importance to it, but yet that day was the festival of Lupercal also. So Murilus became a bit skeptical whether he would be able to do it, and if he tries to do it, if he tries to disrobe the images, if he tries to remove the decorations on the statues, people might go against him and may not allow him to do it, and he might get into some kind of fight or something like that. Okay. Flavius, it is no matter, let no images be be hung with Caesar's trophies, isle about and drive away the vulgar from the street, so do you too. Where you perceive them thick, these growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly in ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness? Flavius hated the Caesar so much that it did not matter to him whether it was the festival of Lupercal or not. He told Morellus to ensure that all the statues that were decorated with in honor of Caesar, the decorations were removed; they were disrobed. He also told Marulus. He also told Marulus that he would ensure that none of the common folks were there in the citizen to greet Caesar, to honor him, to celebrate the occasion. He also told Morellus that if he sees any gathering of people in the streets, he should also ensure that they are driven away from the streets. He tells Morellus that these feathers, if plucked from the Caesar's wing, will make him fly ordinarily. Else, what would happen? The support of the common people, which Flavius could see growing, he knew that Caesar would make use of it and make use of it to grow stronger. And if that happens, what would happen? He would reach such heights, he would soar to such great heights that people like him would be like servants who are, and what kind of servants? Those servants who are always fearful of their master. Okay, so here, it's a universal truth that the leader draws its support from the mass base, from the common people. The more the support for the leader from the masses, the greater, the stronger, not the greater, the stronger the leader is. Okay, not necessarily the greater, but necessarily the stronger the leader is. Okay, now the last 4 lines are an example of both metaphor as well as symbolism. Why metaphor? Because the act of reducing or removing power has been compared with the act of plucking feathers. And this is an example of symbolism also, because feathers here are symbolic. They represent the people who form the source of Caesar's power. With the help of this power, Caesar can reach great heights. Caesar can soar to great heights like a falcon, like an eagle. But if these feathers are plucked, what would happen? It would reduce his power. It would reduce his authority. What would happen if a bird like falcon or eagle, if their feathers are plucked, would they be able to fly very high? Would they be able to, pick up their prey at their will? No, they won't be able to do that. That is the kind of parallel, or that is the kind of parallel that Flavius draws between the people and the birds who soar high, like birds like falcon and eagle. Now you understand here the tone for reducing or undermining the authority of Caesar, and not only undermining the authority, the tone for totally annihilating Caesar out of the Roman landscape is being set. Flavius and Morellus are just 2 out of the many people who are out there to cut Caesar to size. Just 2 out of the people, and these people, Flavius and Morellus, they are at the lower end of the section which despises Caesar. And according to their capacity, they are doing their bit to undermine Caesar's power. Imagine the people at the higher rung of the section which despises Caesar. It would be difficult for them to be a Caesar, and they would think and act accordingly. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say and where I'm trying to lead you to. So children, that ends scene 1 of Act 1. And if we analyze the scene, what do we find? We find that Shakespeare has laid out the platform on which the drama is going to play itself out. There's a crisis in Rome. There is a certain section which does not want the current power holder to continue. This is going to lead to a confrontation between the different stakeholders in the political landscape of Rome, and that is how the drama will proceed. And Shakespeare has laid it out beautifully in this short scene. So that's it, children. I hope you have understood the things well. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comment section. Keep watching, keep liking, and keep subscribing to my channel. I'll be back with scene 2. And thank you for watching the video.